you want to reach us on 055 1111 997 055 1111 997. That's our WhatsApp line. You have a story like that to share? It will be good to know what your love life or your love story is like if it falls within this category. I kid you not. The number of people who reached out to me when we put this up, my God. It's like women need air to breathe, you know. They want psychological air, they want physical air. It's like, is it a good thing to do? Is it the right thing to do? And especially so for women at a certain age. So we will explore that conversation. We're going to have it like just being very objective about the conversation because look, it's happening. And for us here on Home Affairs, this is a conversation we're having because, I mean, someone shared with us, a young lady, I think she's like 23, and she says that, I mean, it's been she and her mom, it's just been the two of them. I'll leave the backstory out. And she had a birthday party, her 23rd birthday party with her friends, and her mom came around the place. I mean, mommy had her when she was like 18, so at 23, mommy is still very, you know, a very nice girl. And she came by the party all dressed, looking good and everything. And then her friends start doing, hey, your mom is beautiful, man. And about, she says, 3 weeks down the lane, she realizes that one of the guys in that circle started having a thing with her mom, you know. And this boy is like 25 years. And she found out. She asked her mom, and, you know, she was quite embarrassed, but also seemed like she really liked the young man. And she, the 23-year-old girl, will not have it. You can't be in a relationship with one of my friends, a guy who was, you know, as young as just about 2 years older than I am. What am I going to call him? And you're excited about it. You're looking at a long-term relationship. The guy is equally excited. She has confronted the guy too, and doesn't look like he wants to back down in any way because, look, I like your mom. I admire her. We have such good vibes and everything. And it's looking like they would like the relationship to progress. And so she's upset. And she came by and had a conversation. I said, okay, you know what? Usually when we get these conversations, we want to expand it. Not as much as she and I had our own conversations, would like to expand it and find out what's happening around there and if people should breathe, you know, if they find themselves in such a relationship, especially so if you're not committing any crime. Mommy is not a minor. The young man is not a minor. But what are the dynamics around it? Eventually, if this relationship is to progress, will this woman be able to present herself to this boy's family and say that I want to marry? What will happen? So we're going to explore the conversation. So you want to get on this ride with us this morning. Ariel, the wellness coach, says you're looking good, oh. Hey. Please talk now.
Is that a question too? Why I am dating a younger person?
No,
why I'm married to a younger person?
I'm saying you're looking so good.
Thank you.
Hey. Please show us the way.
I will show you the way.
Apart from the one we do on Thursdays.
I'll show you the way.
Show us the way. But you're looking really good this morning.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Reverend Kofi Boateng, senior lawyer Bakope. Good morning. Today I've added some to it.
Yes. Original senior.
Bakope.
Good morning, Edem. Good morning, Ariel, and good morning to our dear listeners.
Good morning.
It's good to be back.
I honestly appreciate your commitment to Home Affairs.
Thank you.
Yeah, like
we're
family. Yes, we're family. We do this together, and I appreciate your commitment to it so very much. We've also been joined by Mia Hema. Mia Hema has been on the show. Her name is Edem Knight Tay, but she likes to be called Mia Hema. One of these days, I'm going to ask her to explain why she likes that name. She's also, joining us on Zoom. Hi, Edem. Can you hear me? Hello, Edem. Okay, all right. She will. We're sorting her out. So Kofi, I'll start with you. Seriously, Riel is here in the studio, but I'm going to start with you. But why did you take me on like that? Because I don't know for a fact what you were saying.
Me too. I don't know why you're asking me.
I didn't ask. I said you're looking good.
I thought it was part of the question. Because we are here to talk about a very dynamic conversation.
Please. I didn't ask you that, and I'm not going to ask you that. Kofi, from where you sit as a marriage counselor, a lawyer, and your experiences generally in life, women dating and eventually getting married to younger men. I am looking at ages, 5 years, guys, okay. Like say 10 years apart, or after 5 years, upwards. Your initial thoughts around that?
Okay, so first of all, younger men, typically, many young men fantasize about dating older women at some point in their lives. So it's something that a lot of young men look forward to. But to add to that, I would say that
99.7 FM.
There has been reduced stigma with these types of relationships. In the past, a younger woman dating or being married to a younger man would turn heads wherever they go. But society has, I believe, has shifted a little bit and has become more accepting relationships. In most cases, Edem, you realize that these women are financially established. They are not looking for a sponsor or somebody to take care of them. And they seem to know what they want. They want to control, or they want to be in charge of the relationship. They want to be in control. And who better person to control than a younger person, let's say 5, 10, 15 years younger, who is now starting off, or who is somewhere, maybe they could be independent, but somebody that they are not expecting to come and take care of them. They're just looking for companionship. They just want to enjoy their lives. Because, for instance, if you look at a woman who is either pre or post-menopausal, some may have been through a lot in their lives. They may have had bad relationships. They may have had bad marriages, and all they want to do at this point is to enjoy the relationship, and they want to be in charge, and that's what may cause them to consider or to date younger men.
Okay, so Kofi, you're saying that there's nothing actually wrong with it, right? When we get into
I think society has become more accepting, and we should never say never. I actually do know one relationship like that has stood the test of time today as we speak. And if I give any hints, some people may know them. But there was an older lady, a very prominent member of our society, who is married to a younger man. They had a child together, and they've been together as we speak. Wow. I think the age difference is about maybe 10 or 15 years, and they're still together as we speak. So we can't always judge people based on our perception of these situations and say that, these relationships will never work. It depends on the motive with which they start in the first place. If the young man is just excited about maybe being taken care of, and they want to go and take advantage of the older woman, then at some point the older woman may see the light, and then it may not work. Or if the older woman is also looking to using the younger man in some ways, then at some point again the younger man may see that, look, I'm just being used, and decide to walk away. So generally it depends on the motive of either of the parties.
Okay, great. And I mean, even the relationships we consider regular,
They don't always work out.
they don't
Thank
always
you.
work out. They have their own issues. So I get it. But before I come to real, let me ask you again. I mean, the story I just told you about this young girl whose mother is fallen for, has fallen for, one of her friends, her circle, and she's not excited about it. I mean, the issue is hanging. Mommy is excited about this young man. Young man is excited about mommy, and they have something going. And she found out somehow, and she doesn't want it. Now that's how come we said that we're going to be looking at the dynamics. Apart from just saying all the things we're saying, we're going to be looking at a few things that people should really consider, because, like it or leave it, we know on Home Affairs that such relationships, especially so if you're considering marriage, then it's not limit. Of course, the two of you are going to be living together, but it's not limited to the two of you.
Yeah.
There are lots of other parties involved. So we'll be looking at, some of the stakeholders in such relationships. So I mean, what would be your thoughts, your initial thoughts, also very short, on this girl's feelings?
I think the lady you referred to may be embarrassed about the situation. At this point, she's not really thinking about the desires of the mother or of the young man. Or it could also be that she knows this young man very well and is suspicious of his intentions towards the mother. So these may be concerns that she has at this point, and that is why she doesn't seem to be accepting of the relationship at this point.
Okay, so I will come back to find out.
But you didn't tell us the age difference though, Edem. What's the age difference?
No, so she says her mom had her at 18. Daniela,
Okay.
please work the math for me. Her mom had her at 18. She's 23 now. And
Okay,
the young
so
man
it
is
means
25.
that 25, so 18 plus 23, that would be 41.
Yeah. Yes.
The young man is 25.
Yes.
Yes. So for me, it's not, I don't think that the age gap is too wide in this particular situation. A 41-year-old woman is not too old, and a 25-year-old man ought to be quite mature at this age, and also know what he wants. So it doesn't surprise me that a 25-year-old man would be attracted
to a
41-year-old woman. Yes.
Oh,
You know, some people actually act more mature than their age.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You could find a 25-year-old man who is more mature than a
A
50-year-old.
50-year-old, that one there is true.
And then a 41-year-old woman who also acts very young and is in tune with the times, and could be very hip and gets it, if I should put it this way.
Okay. Ariel, on to you now.
Yes, ma'am.
Generally, like I asked Kofi, what do you think about it? Is it a no, or, for you it will be yes, if it's working for the two of you, why not?
I think we've had a conversation here before, and we've touched on this part of it 3 years ago or 2 years ago, and it's not a no. It's acceptable, and genuinely, people do meet people they are older than on both sexes, and they just connect, and it works, like Reverend is saying. So when you are thinking of it as a no, is it because the two think it's not right for them to do it? And why do they think it's not right for them to do it? But is their feelings telling them something else? And so a no should be more about what they want than what they think other people will think about it. So for me, it's acceptable. The only problem is the way they are able to handle the situation, so that they'll be able to be compatible, adapt to the differences in age, and be able to have a meaningful relationship. But people meeting older people and liking them, I've heard a lot of stories about that, and it had worked for some people, but it's a risk. it is a risk for both parties, because the younger person at some point can realize this may not serve everything I want, and may think that, okay, this is the time I think I don't want it again. When maybe this older person might also have been very invested in it, because for them, it might be working for them. So when you are going into such a relationship, you should have at the back of your mind, you are also taking an amount of risk.
But it's the same with every other relationship, isn't it?
Exactly. So taking a risk by, choosing to, it's not choosing, happening to fall in love or like a younger person, it's not a red flag thing for me. It's not a red flag.
Okay.
It's not a red flag at all. If the two of you are able to come to that matured conclusions on your goals, your lifestyles, and you are able to navigate the things that may affect the relationship, then that's fine. But if you are thinking too much about what people would say, then that will actually become your problem, because you go out and you may want a gentleman who is young to behave a certain way, and he may want you being older to behave a certain way. And so these are the dynamics that I think it depends on the two of them to be able to let go of certain restrictions on each other. If they really think they are connected and want to go forward with this, there are certain restrictions you can't bring on each other, because that is what will actually affect the relationship. If you are wanting the younger person to act older because you are going to an older person's program, and then the younger guy wants you to wear a miniskirt for a party, and so some expectations may not be met. And that can be some of the dynamics and the challenges. But if the two of them are okay with my 45 or my 52-year-old wife or girlfriend coming with me in whatever way she wants to come, and I am confident and okay with it, I think they'll be able to navigate all the external factors as well. So it's not a no-no. It's actually a very beautiful thing, if you ask me.
All right. May I hear ma?
Yes.
As for this woman, she has said here on Home Affairs, so.
Yes. I'm on my way, but I still had to. Otherwise, I'm sure I wouldn't make it, because I'm from Tema.
Okay.
But okay. So it's an interesting topic, and for me, I think that as the individual, I don't see anything wrong with it. Personally, I don't like younger guys.
Okay.
But you see that every time as you're growing, now I don't know, is that norm? Now the younger guys are chasing with the older women. I don't know why. But for me, I think that what do you want? They will say age is not a number. Fine, age is not a number.
Or age is just a number.
Yeah.
Age is just a number. And then later, you want to talk, and the person is on TikTok.
Oh.
you want to do certain things.
Yeah, those are some of the dynamics.
I didn't see this one coming.
So, there's a fun part. Yes, I mean, we'll have fun.
Lord.
We'll go out. You want to wear mini skirts? We'll wear the mini skirt for you. Want us to dance? We'll dance for you. Now, when it gets a certain time that, look, there's something I really want to talk about. I need somebody who, deal with
reason
you. And all the reason with you, and all the person is literally looking at TikTok. Something that has come. And you're like, no. You see, so I think we should think above the fact that I want to be with you. Yes, you want to be with me, but what next?
Yeah.
What's next? There's something we don't have in common. Because at the end of the day, look, I want to listen to this particular song. I'm talking about the 80s, the kind of songs we have. And I'm talking about something and you have no idea about, because that wasn't your time. And probably at that particular time, that's what I want to talk about. And I think that if I talk about it, I mean, that's the fun we are going to have about it. And it's not there. Then you start looking at the relationship some way. That, she's not my type. Yes, he's fun to be with you. You go out and everything. But there is certain times you want to be alone, or certain times you want certain things from the other partner. So if you decide, okay, yeah, I'll go with it like that, I'll compromise. Fine, you can compromise. That is the other side. I've been married to an older person before, because I think that the way I am, I need somebody mature to handle me. But it didn't work out. Even the person was older than me, it didn't work out. Maybe I'll get somebody younger. It will work out.
Yeah.
There are people of the same age. It doesn't work out.
Yeah.
So it's neither here nor there. It depends on the individual.
Okay,
that's what I
great.
believe.
Great.
If you want to go with the person and compromise and do, okay, it's fine, he's older, that's fine, he should be in his space, I'll be in my space, fine. But it will get to a point, you know, this, you say this is not what.
That's the risk I spoke about. It's a risk.
Yes.
Okay. So I want us to get into all the other areas, right? So
Yeah, let me say something funny. I mean, it's very, very funny. But when you look at it, I was telling a friend of mine that there was this younger guy who was wooing me here, going on. I like, look, Charlie. First of all, when you take them to the room, they'll kill you.
Oh!
Touch your tongue to your womb,
They will shift your womb.
They say there's something that they call plasma. Your knees are all shaking. I want them to do plasma.
Yeah.
So you got to look for somebody who can do the plasma. You too. You understand? But if you get your type, you go the missionary, then you chop some more.
I get you. So those are some of the
Yeah, but that's true. Very true.
Generally, we are saying that we're establishing that, listen, if that's where you genuinely find love and understanding and will progress in a relationship, then yes, it's okay that you go for it. You shouldn't feel bad. You shouldn't feel you're doing anything wrong if that is where you genuinely find, your partner. However, from where the conversation is going, we all know that like any other relationship, it comes with its ups and downs. But there are some ups and downs that are peculiar to these kinds of relationships.
Yeah.
And like Miahima is saying, and you all have said, if you look at it, like if you're just considering how you're feeling and going into the relationship, then you may crash at some point, like in any other relationships. So I want us to go into some of the dynamics of these kinds of relationships. First one is what Miahima talked about, the age gap and your preferences in life, things that you're focusing on. Because I mean, a 50-year-old woman or a 48-year-old woman, late 40s, there are things that you're focused on in life and all. Places that you will go, choices and decisions you're making. You're with somebody who is 25. They are also at a certain age in life. There are certain things that matter to them.
Yeah.
TikTok is important to them. It's not important to you, and all that. So the first dynamics, and I want us to like move quickly with the various angles of it. Find out, okay, so how do you balance the age gap, knowing that it is it. Yes, Kofi.
Edem,
yes.
I think we're assuming that everybody or any woman in their 40s, we're expecting them to behave a certain way. There are women in their 40s who are on TikTok, who are excited with social media, who want to go out to the clubs and who want to go out and have a good time to have dinners and lunches and be wined and dined in all these places that you think younger people will appreciate. And so such a person with a very young soul may be attracted to a younger man because she's not likely to get that in an older man. And that is why they are going for the younger man. So let's not assume that every 40-year-old woman is at a point where maybe I don't even know if they're thinking about retirement or they're thinking about still having children or whatever it is. But the motives here are very important. What are they looking for? For all you know, they're not looking for marriage. They just want a relationship. They just want to enjoy their lives because of some things they've been through. And so what we should be asking is, will that be fair to the young man?
Yeah.
If, for instance, she doesn't want children and he may want children. If, for instance, she just wants to have a companion and is not looking for a long-term marital relationship, what does that mean to the young man? But there are some young men who simply don't mind. They want to enjoy the moment. They just want to also be with an older woman for the fun of it. Maybe it's something they've been fantasizing about. Or they may also be looking for a mother in a relationship. They're looking for somebody to take care of them, somebody to meet their emotional needs. They want that stability, that maturity that the woman has, or that financial independence. Don't forget that it's not every man who wants to go and date or marry a woman and take care of them. Some people also want to be taken care of. Thank you. So yeah, it may be exciting for them to be dating and all.
Hold on, I'll come to you.
Yeah, so it may be exciting for them to be dating an older woman whom they deem to be financially independent, who would not be playing mind games with them.
Yeah.
They don't see a lot of competition with her. Her yes will be yes, I'm coming is I'm coming, and it's not send me transport, it's not the games that the younger women are known to play. Buy me a phone and buy me this and buy me that. Some young men don't want to have to deal with that, and that is why they will date an older woman who is mature and financially independent.
Kofi, but then, I get what you're saying, but there definitely is the issue of age gap.
Yes.
And
so
I am asking,
Edem,
where
the point is, if you decide to go into such a relationship, you have to know what the potential risks are.
That's why we are discussing them.
Yes.
So, for instance,
is it possible that one may outgrow the other, or should you have a conversation at the beginning as to where you want to take the relationship? For some people, it's just the physical and sexual attraction that brings them together, and they don't have any conversations about the way forward or the day after. For those ones, that ultimately the relationship will fail.
Exactly.
But I believe that when the people are genuine, they genuinely care about each other for some good reasons other than maybe just sexual and physical attraction, they may have conversations. This is what I want. I want children. I don't want children. I expect us to be married. I know that there will be eyebrows raised when we go out. Are you comfortable enough with that? Would you be able to go out in public with me? And are you okay? Will your family accept me? Some people who are well-meaning will have these conversations.
Great.
When are we going to be, obviously going to get married and live together? How is that going to be? What will be our responsibilities when we get married? If it's a situation where maybe the woman is more well established and the young man pretty much has nothing, is she going to accept to take care of the household? Will there be the reversal of roles where she is the breadwinner? Let's not forget that even in younger relationships these days, there are many young women who are breadwinners in their homes. So it would not be too out of place to have an older woman who is the breadwinner in a relationship with a younger man.
Kofi, I'm happy you went there. So here's the thing. If you're looking for a fun relationship, then yes, you can have your fun and go your way. You wake up tomorrow and I don't want to have fun with you anymore. And everybody understands. But I like where you've gone to that. If you both are considering a serious relationship, then these are some of the things you need to talk about. Yeah. And you've got to be very, 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 very honest about
it. Intentional.
Exactly. And when you begin to have those serious conversations, then you get to realize that, okay, it's not just about what I am feeling today. We need to have a conversation.
Lot in common.
Exactly. So I like where you have gone to. The next thing, I don't know what Miyahima wanted to say, but the next thing I want us to talk about, which is also very important, it came up, you know, and when the young lady called us, it was one of the things she called me. It was one of the things she said. She says, I know this friend of mine. He's young. He will definitely want to have a family. Is my mother considering having a child for this guy? Because it looks like, and she knows that this friend of hers is a very intentional friend. Like, be basa basa guy. Very smooth, cool guy who would want to be with you and take care of you and everything and raise a family with you. Is she considering being with this guy and having children for him? How is that going to happen? So if you meet somebody, and Kofi, I get it that, look, you will have all these conversations, but I know somebody who found themselves in a relationship like that. And, was nearing menopause. But now has to start going through treatment and going on some hormonal therapies and things so that she's fertile enough
to have a child.
And I thought that, hey, I know you know. So I'd like us to go there. Now, what's the woman to handle that?
Like I said at the beginning, it's a risk for both of them. And they need to accept the risk they are going into. This woman, if you are committing to go ahead, marry this young guy, have children with him, you should know that your clock is also ticking, and a woman's clock ticks faster than a man's clock. And you've also chosen a younger person, so you should know that you have to.
The men, they don't even have one.
So it's a risk you are taking to go through all this treatment because maybe you want to get pregnant and have a child. It's a risk for you. Are you willing to go to that extent? Like Miahima said, it's a very individual decision process that if you find yourself in such a situation, you have to make. But I want to touch on the fact that when you meet someone, conversations start. You get to know that you have certain things in common. And that is what maybe starts the attraction. And having a lot of things in common becomes a lifestyle. So I don't see the fact that it may be a situation where you have a lot of things you like differently from this person. There may be a few things you all don't like. Maybe he likes football, you don't like football. But from the beginning, when you started chatting, before you started liking each other, you should be knowing the likes and dislikes. What do we have in common? Why am I liking this person? Is it out of the blue just because I saw a face, or we share certain lifestyles? I love music, he loves music. Oh, I like going out, he loves food. Are those some of the things that you've considered?
You love food, but
it is very important. Very important. So the lifestyle bits, if you are clear on that, now the big decisions about whether you want to commit this thing to the next level is a conversation that you need to sit and have. But the normal relationship as to whether he wants to be on TikTok and you don't want to be on TikTok, I think you would have known right from the beginning some of these things. But if you want to commit, and this person also tells you, I want to have children, and you know where you are, you have to be honest with this person. I can't do it. I'm not at that stage where I still want to have children, and I'm not willing to put myself and my system through some harsh treatment to have it. You have to be honest. But what happens is sometimes you may get someone who will say, yes, I will do all these things, and then later they may back off along the way, or the young guy will think, okay, you can't have children, so I'm off, and then it looks like what they intended to do is not happening. Communication is very important, but the younger person is taking a risk more than the older person, if you ask me. Yeah.
This bit about having children, I have had that conversation with someone who so this is what she said she was ready to fund it. They're going to be together, they want each other, they complement each other, that's what they say. But then having children is an issue because she isn't willing to do that anymore. She was, I think, almost 50 years, and but she wasn't going to risk it. So she was willing to pay for surrogacy. You should have children of your own. This is for the young man. So let's pay for surrogacy so that we can have children. You have a child. And I'm like, hey, people are very serious about
and let me chip in this. I've seen a scenario where the woman says, I'm not going to have children. So if you meet someone younger and you want to move on, I'm ready to let you go. This is what we have now. You know, we can't expect
the moment.
Yeah, we can't expect that as soon as you are in a relationship, it must lead to marriage, lead to having children. Sometimes it is what it is in this moment. We like what we've met, we've discovered about each other. We are doing what is happening now. So you can give this alternatives to each other. Hey, it's good, I like it, let's go on. But if you, at any point in time you meet someone and you want to move on, I am ready to release you to go. And that is also fine.
Isn't that easy? Especially so when you have bonded and built, you know, such strong
But you can't deny the other person what you can't give them as well.
Anyway, I get you. So these are the conversations.
You should be having. Yes, you should be having. Yeah.
Great. Edem, are you there?
I'm here. Oh.
Okay.
I'm laughing.
I'm coming to you now.
Edem, you see, we are all talking like this, but probably a younger person has not actually straight you up. All that we are saying would not even come into the picture. Hey, Edem, when you are coming, I see we are in heaven. They will tell you, you've not heard it before.
What is Miahima saying? Now I'm lost.
It will make you feel like a 20-year-old girl.
Yeah,
all these things will not come into your mind. Look, they'll make you feel good.
But Miahima, you know that not all of them are shallow.
Agree. Yeah.
Not all of them are shallow.
I mean, from experience. Experience. And all these conversations will not even you not even have it. Look, you not even think about the next step. It's going to be fun, to make you laugh, everything. That's what I'm asking. What next? Then you realize that when we now you won't let go. It's very difficult to say, okay, when you get somebody, you tell me, hey, I won't think about that. Because he has become part of you. Okay, letting it go will be very difficult. So for me, from the onset, but the me will be more. I'll let you know. If you want to go and give birth, you go and give birth. Me, I'll collect it. Oh, why don't you say when you even married, people go and give birth outside, so it's normal. So you can bring it in. Now, you see, we have to talk about the health aspect of it.
Yeah.
Women, we get to say we have menopause, and when menopause takes in, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
I mean, all sorts of things. One time you want to talk, the other time you don't want to talk, and all that. So you also have to factor it, especially when you're a woman. Men, they can go in 18, they can go in for 18-year-old girls, and they're fine. But for we women, we have to have it at the back of our mind that we are growing. And these things will come if you get somebody younger, you can go. As we, the women who have our kids and we are already married before, we've seen life before.
What's your
but when
take
you're
on
going
this
for
one?
a 40-year-old, when you're going for a 40-year-old lady who is praying to God that one day she also marry and have her children, a younger person like 30-year-old guy comes, she won't let the man go. She won't let the man go. Sure, she will fight for it. When you've made me feel all this and wasted my time for about 6 months to 1 year, and then I have to let you go. Allah.
Okay, so let me ask you directly, Miahima. So for you, no matter what, it's a no, right?
Oh, the fun there. If you come and want to have fun, fine. Me, I'm there.
But certainly not for a serious and progressive relationship.
But then what next? I start putting it in your head. Naturally, me, I'm 50 years old. I don't want to have children. I'll start. Please. I mean, you understand because I'm experienced.
No, so if I'm understanding, if I'm getting you right, from your point of view, if you are an older woman dating a younger man, then it just has to be a very fun and superficial relationship. That's it for you.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's the
Edem, Edem, I disagree.
No,
that's
her point of view.
Yes. But I'm saying that I also want to share another point of view.
Exactly.
You know, I think if the gentleman was under 18, then I would be concerned because then we would think that maybe at 18 they haven't experienced life and they don't know what they're doing. But at 25, I think he has a very good idea of what he wants in life and where he sees his life going. A classical example, and I'm sure if the situation of the Macrons, the prime minister of France and his wife, you know that the age difference is about 25, almost close to 25 years. And I'm sure if many of us had been invited to critique their relationship before they got married, we would have condemned them and judged them and thought that the relationship would not work. But here we are, close to 20 years later, they are together, even though recently there's been reports of, some sparks here and there. But I mean, every relationship has its own challenges, right?
I agree with
So we can say that maybe from our perspective or the way our culture has shaped us, we think that an older woman dating a younger man should be a no-no. But there are always exceptions to the rules. It all depends on the intentions of the individuals, their goals, and their motives in the first place. I think if they genuinely like and love each other, it can work.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have something to say?
No. I was just agreeing with what Reverend is saying. I mean, it can work based on the individual's intention. There's a lot of dynamics differences. I mean, somebody may be okay without having children. Somebody may not be okay, and so it's so much of two people having different things to deal with. Like Miahima is saying, she's talking from certain experiences. It could be entirely different for another person. And so it's not a cut and paste thing for the way it went for somebody that is going to go the same for you. But open communication is very crucial in such situations. And if you are not talking about certain things, your expectations, then you are going to get to a point where you are now regretting, oh, okay, I didn't know that this was what you wanted. So open communication and effective communication at the beginning is crucial because that sets the tone and everybody can relax and know that, okay, we are enjoying this. But I know older people who are, young at heart, very young at heart, and it's not because they met a younger person that's why they're doing that. People who are young at heart actually also attract younger people naturally because that's the kind of aura or around them. Yes. Right. So it's something that genuinely does happen, and people have navigated it and it's been successful. But the communication is crucial, and an understanding and knowing that I have a risk I'm taking here and I'm willing to take this risk with this person. Another
dynamic I want us to look at will be, in the case of this older woman, you probably have one or two children. If it's your case, in your case, for instance, if I'm putting you in a scenario,
put me in the scenario.
Two adult children, and then you meet somebody who is, not too far away from the age of your children. But they are, they cut it in the sense that they're reasoning, they're mature, they are there. You can actually go to them for solutions because some of them, like Kofi said, they're reasoning more than the 70-year-old.
You get great perspectives, I tell you.
I kid you not.
Yeah, great perspective.
And I hear some of them can also be very supportive in very different ways,
Yeah.
But then, again, from the beginning, I did establish that if you're looking at not just having fun and you're looking at being in a serious relationship, then and probably progressing to marriage, because some have ended up in very beautiful marriages, then it's not just about you, because the two of you are not going to sit at that restaurant or in your home and contract the marriage. Families will have to come in. So now I want us to look at it from the dynamics of families, what they think. But even before we get to the extended families, let's look at
your children,
your adult children, who are uncomfortable about this relationship. They feel like, but this is the guy that we should be. If you have a girl,
a daughter, this is my guy.
No, like my age mate.
Yeah. Why are you there?
Am I going to be calling this person stepdad? And these Gen Zs, they have their own way of dealing with some of these things.
Yeah.
How do we deal with this part of the of the puzzle, which is not just about the two of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
The other stakeholders are equally
Very important.
Very important.
Very
to this
important. Yeah.
relationship.
You have to tell your children right away your intentions.
And if they're not happy,
you have to. You may not be able to give up on your needs just to satisfy them. So there may be some form of a friction for some time. Your children means well. They want to know that mommy is going to be safe. What is going to happen to mommy? Not only because they are going to have maybe a younger stepfather, if it's going to end up, but they are going to think about, no, he's not going to stay with you. He just wants this. He's just, they are going to think of all the risk
and
because
what their friends will say
and what
about
they
you.
are exactly. So they would be trying to protect you, but they're trying to protect you. It's their responsibility.
No, but hold on. I mean, add it to it. Apart from they just wanting to protect you, they may be dealing with a lot of psychological issues.
Yes, I was
around
coming
you,
to that.
and also social issues around you.
Exactly. They will have so many things they are trying to protect.
Yeah.
How it will affect them, how their friends are going to see it. But your children cannot ultimately make the final decision for you. They may have genuine concerns. They may have their dissatisfaction and their concerns. But I think sometimes at this point you may need a mediator to come in between you and the children to try and let them see where you are, for them to also clear some of their fears, their psychological needs. It will not be an easy process if your children says no, like this situation we are, it won't be easy for the woman. It's going to take years perhaps to fight this with her children. But you can also just get up one day and say, okay, because my children doesn't want me to date a younger person, I'm in love with a younger person, I just threw it away. Then what are you also living for?
Because they're going to leave you something.
Because they're going to leave you, and then what would you do? So you can't always meet them fully. They also have to find a way to meet you halfway. Now, this may lead to a broken relationship with your children.
Exactly.
It will. It can. But there's a part that I want to say. If your children know you very well, they know what you're also capable of. If your children know you very, very well, they know that mommy did away and Brune so she's capable of doing this and she can handle it. Thereby, they are able to actually even support you. So if your children don't know you, that's also going to play a role in how they feel about the whole thing. But if they know you and they have the belief that mommy knows what she's doing, they'll be more supportive. But the problem will always arise that your children will stand against it. But you can also throw your dreams away just to support them. So be ready for a little a journey of fight with your children, because they would want you to go ahead with it, and you can also just throw away what you want just because they don't want it.
Let me escalate it, because you said, be ready for a little, maybe confrontation or something. But where they never come to terms with it.
Yeah.
I mean, they know you, they love you,
yeah,
you've been there for them, but what if they never come to terms with it? That's your choice. And then I'm coming just a moment.
That is hard for me to answer if they don't come to terms with it, because if they don't come to terms with it, you can still have a mutual mother-children relationship with them. Maybe they won't want to deal with a person. So you can never go in any family.
But that would be hard.
It will be hard, but that is some of the risk that you are going to take, It's some of the risk.
Yeah.
Some of the risk.
I mean, that can happen.
It can.
But that will be very hard.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Edem, you wanted to say something around this one?
Yes. Concerning the children, I think that, how would you feel if you're in a relationship and you come home and your home is falling apart because of the fact that you are going out with a younger person? It's very, very hard, because you can't fall apart with your kids at the same time, having fun, because when something goes wrong, it's the same home that you have to come to. So these are some of the conversations you really, really have to think about before, letting in that person, whether older or younger. And I think it's more even difficult, especially for the men, when you have kids and then you go in for a younger lady who is at the same age of your last born or your one of your daughters. You're in trouble. You are in trouble.
What trouble?
You love the children. Hey, you love the children whether you like it or not. They will not mind you. And I believe they mean well. Like, an older, like the woman's side. And then you go in for a younger guy who is maybe of your son's age or a little older than your son. It will not be easy. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's your choice. It's your feelings where the children will go. But the issue is, if it doesn't last long, where are you going? Will you come home and tell your children that look, the guy, the guy is not coming here again? I mean, all they'll say is see a catcher.
Oh dear.
You understand? And so
I get your fears.
Yes, I mean these are some of the things. These are some of the things, and so you need to talk more. Talk to your children. In fact, before even the guy comes in, I mean, tease, ask questions. So if I get a guy who is younger than me, Saleh making me happy, what will you do? Start talking before you bring the person. Oh, okay. If it makes you happy, why not?
You should, tease it.
You should tease it before you bring the person in. Otherwise,
and if you tease it and they tell you no, and now you bring it.
No. Yes.
You see, that's why if they tease you, say no. You tell them, you go. Because I remember I had that talk with my son. And it was like, I said, no, you go out and you don't come. I'm the only person in the house. What do you expect me to do? You understand? So that is where you can start putting questions. Why you do this? You always leave me at home alone. I'm lonely. I'm this. You have a girlfriend. Me. You have to start.
You're emotionally blackmailing the boy.
I like the fact that me and him underscored the fact that this could potentially happen whether or not the gentleman is older or younger.
Yeah.
So I think our focus should be on whether the children are opposed or are seeking to protect their mother because the gentleman is younger. Because we know that these situations actually do occur.
The younger
when usually when women are or mothers are about to remarry, the children are always very suspicious of the new guy who is coming into their mother's life, especially when they really liked their father. Unless the mother was in a very bad relationship, maybe in an abusive relationship, and they see this gentleman and he seems like a very good, kind, nice guy, then they would throw their support behind the relationship.
Yeah.
But many a time, always the first inclination is to protect their mother in their minds.
Yeah.
But we should know that when a woman at that age decides to take these steps, she's likely to be very independent-minded, set in her ways, and at a point where she wants to put her personal interest before anyone else's, including her children. And we may not agree with it. It may sound selfish, but then again, most of the time it's because of the past experiences they may have had. They are willing to have some small enjoyment now before the ultimate happens, before they die. So at that point, they really
I like the enjoyment part.
Yeah, so they are not considering how other people feel about them or how other people feel about their relationship. So fine, they may have the conversations, but ultimately the decision rests with them. Okay. And it is not, like Ariel said, it is not that of the children to make.
Two other points I would be asking us to look at. Kofi, you are Osofo, so this morning when I come to that topic, that side of the conversation, you wear your Osofo hat. We want to find out, is the church also open to such relationships? If you found somebody, if a woman finds a man, our young man, 25, between 25 and 30, the man is mature. We're looking at the guys in their 20s, and you are in your 40s thereabout, and you're in your 40s thereabout. Is the church open to blessing such relationships, and also to find out, have you witnessed any before? How was it handled? How is the counseling session like? I'd like to know. And also find out from the society and the corporate front. We have said that, society is becoming more receptive to this. But I'm sure, we're talking about it. And people are becoming very strong and very set in their ways. This is what I want to do, and I will quiet the noise around me and go ahead regardless. But is it easy for a woman that level to walk into certain places and introduce this boy as my husband? And this boy will be accorded that respect of the first gentleman in this woman's life. And I just want us to have that conversation, and if you have any experiences around it to share, it will be good. I have a message here that says, Edem, how I would also have loved to hear my man Lawyer Painter, also known as Consequential Orders, his take on this subject. My take on it is that more often than not, the success or otherwise of such relationships heavily depend on the maturity of both parties.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with you.
That's it.
Let me see. Good morning, Edem. This one says, good morning, Edem. Sometimes children will also disagree with their mother genuinely because they know their mother's vulnerabilities, so that if this guy isn't really in love with their mother, he will just dupe her and run away. This is from Prosper. That's true also, that because she's vulnerable and probably looking for somebody to fill that void in her life, the moment this person comes in and starts showing you care and attention, you think that, yeah, I got it. And they are probably just there to toy with you. So that's also another dynamic that you want to be considering. This one says that I am just not comfortable with younger men around me. It's a no-go area for me. This is from Amma in Adenta. And we totally respect that. Why is my screen acting? And we totally respect that. I think that is Miahime's point as well, that if you just want to play, then that's okay. But she doesn't think that it's a good choice if you're looking at a very serious relationship. Good morning. It's obvious that such relationships are just for the moment, fun, sexual satisfaction, and companionship. Nevertheless, if the woman is in her 50s and the guy is in his late 30s, why you are closing the gap? And he has fond memories of his father's heydays. He's likely to vibe with your kind of music and dance moves. So I get where you're coming from. That's what Biahima was saying. But those things can be learned, actually, and I think it can be fun teaching them about it. I think somewhere 2 weeks ago in the office, we're having conversations around social media, and look, I had taken it for granted, and I was so shocked to realize that some of the young people in my team they had no idea about Pocky ice cream back then. Like, it just dawned on me. So there was another person in
the conversation.
Good morning to you guys, Fastine. And Fastine is mature. So we sat back and were like, oh wow. we thought that it was just a very regular thing.
Yeah.
So
Pocky.
We had to Google and show them Pocky and all. And it was so interesting.
Yeah.
So it could be don't laugh at them. It could be a very good point of conversation if you have those vibes with the person, to go back and let them know what your experiences back then was and introduce them to the music. Even our own children at home.
Yeah.
They're listening to some kind of music and they're like,
yeah,
what are you listening to?
Yeah.
And they are listening to this and you're like, really? You're just making noise.
But you accept them because they are your children.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
And you want to learn and understand the things that, I mean, I hear sometimes you wake up early in the morning, it says 5 a.m. and there's so much noise around you. These human beings are rapping.
Yeah.
I'm like,
They are
what
doing their
is
own
this?
thing. Yeah.
And apparently it's gospel.
Yeah.
So they won't listen to the kind of soft
Elevation worship.
gospel music that we would want to play at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
The person is hyper, waking up at 5 a.m. and they are rapping gospel, and that is what you have to accept. At some point, I just went like, you know what? At this point, you just have to follow. Naturally, biologically, physiologically, and culturally, there's a reason why the man must be older than the woman. That's the ideal thing, and it doesn't matter the spin you put on it. Okay.
Yes, please.
These people on the program are only selling foreign Eurasian concepts to us. Are you sure? We Africans look for procreation. I think that you are you're trying to you are trying to remain in a certain era, because if you look around you, these things are happening. We Africans look for procreation in marriage, and women have a biological clock. If a man wants an older woman, then mostly these men are lazy and don't want to work. Oh, really? In fact, they want to be the woman in marriage or relationship. There's a lot of local and international romance fraud in town. In our African setting, the man should always be older. Who propounded that? Though I can admit that age difference is about 2 years with a woman older could work. But anything beyond that, like the woman being 40 and the man being 25, isn't natural, but a forced foreign concept for us as Africans. I am actually wondering if right now, the world in which we are, there is still a thing as an African world and, you know, some foreign world, because we've become such a global village.
place. Yeah.
It's not funny, you know, and these things are happening. So we are saying, for people who find themselves in these situations, what should be your considerations? And I mean, it's important that I'll be very happy to hear your views on it. Yes, foreign as it may sound, there are people who are finding themselves here. There's and this conversation stemmed from this young lady who reached out to me personally about a choice her mother has made, and it's affecting her. And so we're opening it up and having the conversation. If these things are happening around you, what are the dynamics? What should you consider? But I guess from your point, it is just a total don't do it.
No.
Well, we respect your opinions as well. This topic is interesting. From my experience, the challenge comes when you're growing old. The man's attention shifts to younger women because of changes in both of them. That's also another dynamic.
That's the risk.
I am very happy that you're bringing, all of these. So when we come back,
or the woman will start beating the husband.
What is Reverend saying?
The woman will start beating the husband. At that point in time, you're too old and too weak to have any strength to beat anybody. They'll just kill you. You can't beat anybody. It's serious. So this has been Home Affairs on Joy 99.7 FM. And it's a very interesting conversation. But one question I would also want to find out from my guest would be, so if you're a child, because it's a child who brought this conversation to us, and your mother finds themselves in this, this mother is not married. It's been just the two of them. Like I said, I don't want to go into the backstory. It's been just the two of them for the longest period. And now, mommy has found somebody who's bringing a groove into her life. And daughter says, this ain't happening. If you're a child and you find your mother finds themselves in, some of these situations, what should be your role? What should be your part in it? And I'd like you to chew on it before we go. Now, the joy of every parent is to see their children grow healthy, become more intelligent and physically fit. And to achieve this desire, every parent needs to ensure that their children are given nutritious foods that have all the essential nutrients that can promote their well-being. And I'm selling the Vitamilk soy milk drink to you. It is made from whole grain soybean, which is a good source of plant protein. It is enriched omega-3, 6, and 9. It has calcium and all the other essential vitamins needed for your healthy and daily living. It has no colorings, no artificial flavorings, and no preservatives. Choose Vitamilk Champ for your children because the protein, the calcium, the omega-3, 6, and 9 in there have all proven to help your adorable children grow smarter, healthier, and stronger every day. Vitamilk also comes in its regular soy milk drink. You can also have it in the energy booster with no caffeine. The other flavors will be the choco, the banana, the strawberry, and it is usually packaged in 1 liter and 250 mils. Vitamilk is indeed a nutritious beverage that feels good anywhere, anytime. Now let me tell you about the Grace Effect. The Grace Effect 2025 with Grace Ife, a live recording concert on the 31st of August, 2025. Venue is Destiny Arena, Makers House Chapel International, Kabenya. Time is 4 p.m. Guest artists all the way from the USA, Grammy and multiple award winner Jacqueline Carr, and from Ghana, the creme de la creme, Joe Metal, Pastor Isaiah Ofosukwache, Sisi Chum, Kwekute, Lodina, the soprano, Team Eternity, and more. Grab your tickets now. Students is 100 cedis, standard 150, VIP is 300. VVIP, you need 500 cedis. For a family of 6, all you need is 650 cedis. Ticket short code *928 *428 hash. Again, *928 *428 hash. Media partners are Adom FM, Adom TV, Joy FM, and Joy Prime. And now we have the Glyco More in Nidaso. Want extra peace of mind for you and your family? Get more in Nidaso from Glyco Life, a life insurance plan that truly delivers. Enjoy free e-health services, a guaranteed death benefit for your loved ones, and a permanent disability benefit that supports you through life's unexpected challenges. It's simple, secure, and just a dial away. Dial *765 hash now to sign up. As simple as *765 hash and you're signed up. Glyco will cushion you for life. And Lady Ritana Akushika Ankra cordially invites all kingdom workers, intercessors, and ministers of God to the grand launch of her 2 impactful books under the thought-provoking theme, Where Are the Gatekeepers and Mothers of the Nation? This inspiring event is scheduled for Saturday, and that's today, 23rd August 2025 at exactly 2 p.m. It's taking place at Palm by Eagle, formerly Holiday Inn Airport, Accra. The launch promises to be an afternoon filled with divine inspiration, powerful insights, and words that will change, uplift, and transform hearts and minds. It's more than a book launch. It is a call to action, a moment of awakening, and an opportunity to celebrate the voice of God through written words. Don't miss this unforgettable event. Be there. And once again, if you're a parent, then you know you were very, very, very excited when your children are healthy and are physically fit. So what are you waiting for? I am recommending Vitamilk soy milk drink to you. It is made from whole grain soybean, which is a good source of plant protein. It contains omega-6, 3, and 9, and all the essential nutrients, including calcium, recommended for your healthy and daily living. It has no artificial flavorings, no artificial colorings, and no preservatives. So go on and choose the Vitamilk Champ for your children because the protein, calcium, omega-3, 6, and 9 in there have all proven to help your children grow smarter, healthier, and stronger every day. Vitamilk also comes in the regular soy milk drink, the energy booster with no caffeine, the choco, the banana, the strawberry, packaged in 250 mils, and also the 1 liter Tetra Pak. Vitamilk is indeed a nutritious beverage that feels good anywhere, anytime. Thank you all very much for staying true and staying with us on the other side. Now we have just about 5 minutes to go, and I wanted to talk about a lot of things. Let's see how we are able to juggle that. So quickly finding
Part two.
out. Yeah.
No.
We'll wrap it up. In 1 minute, I just want you to be able to sum up your thoughts around this for
Yeah.
me. Finding out. So let me start with Kofi on this one. Because of his Osofo heart. Kofi, finding out, is the church receptive to, these kinds of relationships and wanting to bless them as marriages? And I also wanted to find out if the corporate world is able to accept young men who will step up to these places. Like, you have this big woman going for a function, a seat is reserved for her in front, and this nice looking boy comes along with her as, her spouse or, partner, and the person is accorded that respect also at the front row. Does that usually happen? Are we receptive to that? And finally, to find out, for a child who finds themselves in this situation where your mother is going out with someone as young as you or just a little older than you, what's your role to play in this? Let's see how you...
Okay.
1 minute.
So on the question of the church, Edem, I think it's within the rights of the church to judge the moral decisions of its members. And so much as in the society we will say that we don't like to judge people, the church has a right to judge the moral decisions of its members.
Yeah.
So in a situation where the church feels, so first of all, in my church, before we enter or we undertake marital...
In our church.
In our church, yes. Premarital counseling. We actually do, and the couple do undergo premarital interview. And the objective of the interview is to ascertain and try to understand the motives of the individuals who are about to get married, whether or not they really understand what they are getting into, and then to understand their expectations as well. Based on that, the church may be put in a position to advise whether or not we think that this marriage should be reconsidered, or whether the church will go along with it and marry them or join them in holy matrimony. So what I'm trying to say is that it becomes very clear that these individuals are just... they just want to have a good sexual relationship and enjoy life, we will make it known to them that marriage, there's more to marriage than just sex.
Great, okay.
So at that point, one of them may have to decide whether this is something that they really want to get into. However, ultimately, I think it's not our place to decide for people and say that, we will not marry you because of your age difference or because one person is this or that.
Okay.
It's your decision to make.
All right.
So, in the context of the church, that's what I would like to say.
So if
Should
you
I
go
respond to
through
the other question? Or?
Yes. So if you go through the interview and
Yes.
they find out that your intents are right, and
Yes.
they fall within what God has stated, regardless of the age, the church will marry you.
Yes. And then, Edem, we should also understand that it's not in all situations where the young man is not financially independent
Sure.
and
Yeah.
is expected to
yes,
live
yes.
off the older woman.
That's
Some people
right.
all come and they are also very,
true.
their finances are sound,
Yeah,
and they
that's true.
actually intend to contribute to the family. They actually intend to even support her with her children.
That's true.
And the chores at home and whatever responsibilities that she has. And so it will be unfair to prejudge such a relationship.
Great. Kofi, you have 30 seconds left for the other two.
Oh, so the other one, on the issue of the child, I think if your mother is a cougar, the first thing you want to do is actually sit down with her and ask questions. Try to understand and appreciate why they are interested or why they are minded to go into a relationship with a younger person. Listen, objectively, don't be judgmental, and then it is okay for you to also share your fears and concerns with them about the relationship they intend to go into. However, ultimately, you have to be prepared to respect their choices, because suffice to say, they know better than you do. And they have chosen to make these decisions for themselves. And all you can do as a child is to respect and support them if you can. At the end of the day, if they make a mistake, it's on their head, and I'm sure they will learn their lessons.
Kofi, if a female lawyer, I mean, one as good as you, came to a function that lawyers are gathered with a 25-year-old boy, this lady is like 40-something, as their spouse or their partner, are you people receptive to the young man?
I think our society has grown past that times when we will people will be turning eyes and start gossiping about them. Of course, some people may say something, but I think generally we will all be very respectful of the choices that these individuals have made.
Ariel, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just take that on the child's perspective, that we should learn to understand that people's life and their satisfaction is entirely up to them. Your concerns are genuine, but you can't force your decision on your mom. What you can do is rather support her to navigate the situation. And if you think she's not listening, if you can get a third party to come in so that you can all support her and she will listen, that is better than cutting her off and being hard on her because you want her to give up on her needs and what makes her happy.
That's good. Thank you. Miahima, your final words, 30 seconds.
I think that the young lady should just support the mom and let the mom have fun. If it goes well, fine. If it doesn't go well, she should just give the mother a shoulder to cry on. Or let's support the mother. After all, life is short.
I knew you were going to say that.
She doesn't want her mother to have the fun that she should be having.
Can you imagine that? Thank you all so much. Thank you. Great. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you also very much, Reverend Kofi Boateng. Thank you very much. Reverend Kofi Boateng is with August Law. You can find them at opposite Accra Mall. Kofi, what's the name of the building again?
The Gallery.
The City Galleria.
The City Galleria. Yes, you can find them there. Ariel, the wellness coach. You can go to her haven. It's around Trade Fair. Yeah. What is the building's name?
The building doesn't have a name,
okay.
So
but it's around Trade Fair. Next week when I come, I'll give you Ariel's number so that you can go to her haven and be pampered there. Miahima, thank you all very much for joining us.
You didn't say me, I'm in Sunyane.
You both Sunyane.
Miahima, you didn't get here. You said you were coming.
Miahima works for God and country, and she's. I mean, the first.
I miss you.
The first ever female air marshal in this country. That's Miahima. Thank you all very much. My name is Edem Knight Tay. Yes, Kofi, you didn't know it. I just told you.
I didn't know.
And next week is Daniela's birthday. We're going to have a birthday party. Daniela, thank you very much.
I'll be in my village.
We'll keep you. We'll keep your cake for you. Thank you very much. Weekend Show is up next, and we appreciate all of you for doing the listen. I hope everybody has picked a thing or two from this conversation. Love you. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Hello.
Bye.
It's the same.